Three, two, one, and welcome back to the Let's Navigate and Explore podcast, part 2. We have Bree, our service advisors. Welcome back, Miguel.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for doing this. Bree, in very briefly, let us know what you do here at Doral Lincoln and kind of like your day-to-day.
Well, I do everything. It's
Yes.
not just
No,
service
absolutely.
advisor. It's
We've
just
seen this.
moving cars, washing cars, helping a customer. If a customer needs help in sales, I'll bring it up. A bottle of water, cup of coffee, everything. Like helping a customer on the phone. Just,
Yeah. And Bree is actually, you've started from the bottom and
Yep.
you've worked your way to the top. So kind of like talk to us about that process.
Well, thanks to this guy here, like a couple of years ago, actually 4 years ago, I was sitting there, and when he was interviewing me, he was like, "Oh, why don't you, start in sales?" And I was like, "Nope, this is just a part-time. I have not sell water. I cannot sell water in the desert." And he was like, "Oh, you might like it. You never know." And I was like, "No. This is me 4 years later."
Let me tell you, I'm excited to have Bree on. I've been trying to get Bree on here since we started doing this, and she's one of our success stories here, right? And she knows how much I admire her. All of my family and close relatives, Bree is her service advisor, and they love Bree and the way she takes care of them. By the way, did Mom call you about the truck? Okay. My mom was texting me while we were earlier about their truck. So the reason I say success story, she's right. So when she started here, it was a very entry-level thing. She came in as cashier greeter?
Greeter first.
Greeter
and
first.
then-
Everybody's
exactly.
cross-trained.
They all do the same.
But she was our greeter. And then 4 years later, and she's our senior service advisor. She started off so she started from there. When she went to service, she was the concierge. But back then, concierge was both Gabby and Floor. So she was the concierge and loaner coordinator. Our fleet wasn't as big.
It was just
but
45 when we started.
It was, but still,
one person handling
one person having to do all that, and then I spoke to her about jumping the service advisor, and again, it does involve some selling, right? You got to have a great personality, but you also got to have a lot of hustle, and I don't want to talk. She doesn't want me outing her on how much money she makes, but let's just say that we'll just say that leaps and bounds a difference, and I use her as an example whenever I interview somebody, whether they're coming in as a car washer, a greeter, a salesman, that the opportunities are there. The career path at Doral Lincoln, as we're growing, we have a loyal group here that's been with us for many, many years, and we look for gems like her. And her past life had nothing to do with the car business.
Nothing.
But so like what won you over? What said
Me.
It was him. It's true.
Really?
It was him.
Really?
He was pushing me all the way from greeter to cashier, from cashier to concierge, because I was like, no, I can do that. No. And when they told me, "Oh, you're going to be an advisor," I was like, what? No. And he was like, "You're starting today.
Wow.
And you can do this." And, and have my ups and downs.
She has her moments.
Of course.
Yes.
She
Everybody
has
does.
her
And
moments.
every time I come
Breakdown.
here, he was like, no, you can do it, breathe, use your words. He gave me a book.
Hold on. The video, keep talking. Every once in a while, the video cuts out, but he's fixing it. But no, let me tell you that Bree is one of the strong ones. And
So then what is it about Miguel for
he's
if you say, because I've asked you for things and you say no, and I'm like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
let's
He has
let's
his
not,
way of
then what is his
getting me
ninja?
to
What,
that.
then what is it? Like, what if you could like pinpoint it to what?
If I
it could-
can
yeah.
pinpoint, he studies psychology. He doesn't want to admit it, but he does. He has his way of talking to you into it, even though you're like, "No, I'm not doing it," and he'll be like, "Yeah, you are. Yeah, it's like
So
you're
he-
doing it,
he-
and you're there, and
drives
you're
around
doing it,"
your
and I'm like,
brain
"No,
and-
I'm not here," but he's like, "Yeah, you're doing it." He studies psychology. He just doesn't
like
want to admit
Carnival
it.
on the Mile.
Oh, every year I said no.
That's funny
I'm
'cause-
not going to the carnival. He's like, "Yeah, dude, come on, you're a team player." And you're the last minute. You're like, no, I'm not going. And he's like, yeah, you're going.
That's funny because I'm going around and finalizing. I'm giving everybody their
Yes.
T-shirts and letting know their schedule. And I talked to Bree. Bree, so are we ready? No, I'm not going. I'm like, okay. Did you talk to Miguel? Yeah. He knows. And then next day I see her there.
Yeah, of course. He has this way of letting you know that you're doing it, and even though you don't want to, you're doing it.
I mean, it's human nature to get into your comfort zone, and we all have our moments.
Of course.
If you're successful at anything you do, you have your moment where she breaks down, and all I do is remind her about how far she's come, her why she does it. She has a beautiful daughter, and she also helps her parents, and you just got to kind of remind them of their why she's doing it, how far she's come. And we all have these moments. We all have. I mean, there's days where I need a few seconds to go take a deep breath, But again, I mean, she's back at it. I mean, she's a beast. She's a hustler.
What do you see now? Like, you've been here in Doral Lincoln for a certain amount of time. What's next for Bree? And I want to ask you too, Miguel. Like, what's
no? This is a Bree show today.
No.
What's next for Bree? I don't know.
Yeah, what's next with Bree?
I see myself here, like, I don't know. What's next for me? God knows. Mm-hmm. But, making me better in the service drive. I don't know. Here, mm-hmm. I see myself here.
Cool.
I don't see her career stopping as a service advisor. To be successful, you can't jump from one position to another without first dominating your position, right? And as the great thing about her, as a concierge, she was already winning people over, as are Flor and Gabby. They're already getting their following, mm-hmm. right? So she went doing that before becoming a service advisor. Now it's up to her, where she wants to go, because the career path really for her can go anywhere. Because she started in the front in our sales side, and now she's what we call fixed ops, which is a service. But she can do anything. I mean, you saw Emily here. On the last podcast, I mean, Emily started selling cars, was title clerk, and she's moved up all the way to parts director. That's a very big responsibility.
Do you see yourself as a service director?
Maybe? It could happen. I mean,
one day.
Why not? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
I have the people pushing me, so.
Yeah.
You said a word, dominance. You've been in the car business, a long
35
time.
years.
35.
I started when I was 5.
Of course.
But you've been in the business a long time.
Yeah.
You're the GM for Doral Lincoln. So kind of like what's next for you, because you're not gonna stop anytime soon. So kind of like what do you see maybe 2 or 3 years from now as yourself doing?
Wow, that's a tough one, Chris. You can get me into trouble with that one, Chris.
Keep it PG.
I don't know, because I've only been a general manager for about 10 years.
Still a long time.
So 25 years of that was finance director, mm-hmm. dominating that stage, right? As a general, it's tough to say. I mean, we're growing as a company, mm-hmm. right? I mean, right now we're still in our infancy. We just purchased 2 other dealerships that the owner has purchased. So it's tough to say. I mean, it's like a pyramid. I mean, you're already inching your way to the top. Right. I mean, there's only one general manager in the store, right. So I don't know. I couldn't answer that. I can tell you personally, I want to have a lot more grandbabies. I got the 4th cute. One on the way, and I want to keep growing that.
That's
I mean,
that's beautiful. All right, so we'll stop it there. But before we finish, so we have a theme going on that we started with movies. So Miguel said a little comment that he likes the romantic comedies and so forth.
That's me, definitely.
Right?
That's me, definitely.
I like all movies. It just happened to be The Notebook. The conversation comes.
I love Notebook.
That's
my movie.
Everybody loves The Notebook.
Yes.
And you've never watched it?
No, I did watch it.
You did,
but I wasn't. Maybe I didn't fall in love with it. Maybe like other people.
When did you watch it?
Honestly, it was a long time ago.
Before or after you were married?
Before.
You gotta watch it again. Yeah, it's second time is the catch. Yeah.
So Bree, give me some good romantic comedies.
I can.
Give me some.
Pretty Woman.
Emily?
Pretty Woman, Dying Young.
Which
with
one was
Julia
that?
Roberts. I don't remember the guy's name, but it's a beautiful movie where he's a millionaire, a young millionaire. You know.
Oh yeah! Wow.
That
wow.
I love that.
You're going back old.
Yes,
yeah.
I love.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Give me another one.
Oh man,
One
So
more.
you like
one more.
Julia Roberts?
I love Julia Roberts.
It's funny, the different generations, how the actors at that time define what movies you like. Now, only romantic. What about all-time favorite movie? I always like to ask that because that kind of tells me who you are.
That is a little bit hard because to pick one movie, but kind of like give us
Or a couple.
Yeah, a couple.
Woman in Red. Is that the call? Is that the
That's an old one.
That's an old one, but I love that movie.
Wow.
Yes, I'm an
Wow.
old movie.
Okay.
Yes, I like
See,
to go back.
mine. I think every guy at one point or another, especially my age, Godfather. I was surprised when I started the dealership. Like our new car manager, Jose Rivera, and a lot of them had never heard of Godfather. I had to bring my DVD set out, hand it to him, and say, "Watch this." I think that defined me. Those Godfather movies. But Carlos, I made Carlos. You know, we got into covers. Have you ever seen Legends of the Fall?
Oh my God, Brad Pitt. That's my
Right, and that's why I said
that
like
Legend of the
when
Fall.
Gabby
I-
had never heard of it. I said,
me
"Dude,
neither.
Brad Pitt. All you guys, all you
Yes.
young girls love Brad Pitt."
Brad
But
Pitt.
that's a phenomenal movie.
That's a
But
phenomenal.
that's
What's the
little-
name of the father in that movie? I can't remember his
Anthony
name.
Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. I couldn't remember it last time. What a tremendo actor.
Él es
Right?
not only tremendo actor, he has written one of the biggest orchestra in the world.
Really?
Yes, Google it up. I never thought he did, but he is.
I love
When-
him. Recently, they were showing with COVID where he was doing like these little dance videos or something like that. I love somebody so smart, but yet he can laugh at himself. I
To
love
me,
him.
he's
Anthony
to
Hopkins
me
is amazing.
him, and there's a few of them, but to me, he's one of the best actors ever.
How do you feel about Brad Pitt? Because funny about Brad Pitt because I think that's more like my generation is where he I think peaks because I think now he's I don't know. I feel like he's not as
Good as
maybe not as good, maybe not as popular, or people might
Yeah,
not
I don't
remember
know.
him.
I mean-
well,
as,
it depends on popular because right now popularity is like very different from
Yeah.
my perspective.
I don't think it's. I don't. I think you're looking at it a different way. I don't think
Yeah.
it's that he's not as popular. I think that when they first get into their acting career, they got to take any role that's thrown
Right,
at them.
right.
Kind of like a musician, right?
Right.
And then once you reach your top, then a musician could say, "Okay, now I'm playing my music. I'm gonna sing what I want." I think actors kind of reach that when they've reached their peak. Then they say, "No, I'm gonna do the movies I want to do."
True.
Right. So I think that's kind of where Brad Pitt is, like a DiCaprio. I mean, look at DiCaprio. I think that guy's movies. I mean,
No, absolutely.
amazing. I mean, every role he's chosen. Pero Brad Pitt. What was the first movie you ever saw Brad Pitt in?
Legend of the Falls. That was the very first one. The very first.
You never
one.
okay because you mentioned Pretty Woman Like Emily.
No,
Did you
but
ever see? Did you ever see Thelma and Louise?
No,
You never saw Thelma and Louise?
no. I have to admit it. No.
See, Brad Pitt. I think that was his first movie.
Really?
He has a small speaking
okay.
role in that, and he was very young, a very young kid. Pero yeah, you never saw Thelma. And Louise? Oh, you gotta watch it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's very
Definitely
girl
watch it.
power.
We'll wrap it with this. Brie, recommend a movie, any movie to my gal to watch. A movie
We
that
act
you-
like I
that you-
have time to watch so many movies, right? But
Yeah.
Right,
We don't have that so much of
for
a
the
time.
for the sake, maybe.
If
maybe
you,
one
if
day.
you haven't watched
Exactly.
Dying Young with Julia Roberts,
Yeah, no,
watch
I
it.
did. That
Oh.
was an old one. What about? There's a new one, kind of similar, if you like that one, but with Kevin Hart. I love Kevin Hart.
He's
the man is a hustler.
Oh no, of course. But
Hustler.
I think he's getting
Pero-
a little cheesy.
No. This is a deep movie.
Okay.
Him and the guy from the guy who did, which I never got into the series. People are gonna hate me, but I never got into Breaking Bad. Right? I never got.
No,
I watched
me
5
either.
episodes. It was too slow. I couldn't get into it.
That's very
So that
good.
gentleman
It's
from
very
Breaking
good.
Bad and
Very
Kevin
good.
Hart, and again, he's a very wealthy man, but he becomes paraplegic.
Okay.
And Kevin Hart is down on his luck and needs the money, so starts
I
taking
think-
care of
I
it.
think I've
I
seen some
saw
previews.
it.
That's a deep
Oh
movie.
my God,
That was a
yes.
good movie.
Yes,
You know, that was,
I-
I think, his first serious role where I said, "Wow, I really enjoyed
Yes,
it." That
yes,
was a
yes.
good
No,
one.
but Breaking Bad, very good. At the end,
Really?
it's
To
So
me,
you notice
it's
he
not
wants to
that
stop
kind
rolling until we find something that he likes. Oh, Breaking Bad. Let's go another 10 minutes.
No,
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 no, okay.
no. I would not. No,
Right?
that's not me.
Yo, Edith kept saying it was really good. Her and her husband would watch it. 5 episodes in, and I still can. I looked at
no,
my
it
wife.
is long.
She
It
said,
is
"Stop."
it is
You know,
long, but
it's done.
what is it? It's really good. Okay, good. Good.
Good.
Thank you.
But that's
Bree.
it.
That's
Did
it.
you see how easy that was?
Yeah, it's easy.
Look at her eyes.